Hi, thank you so much for taking a few minutes out to listen and watch this video, and hopefully you've already worked through the other units which you found are really short, but just a little bit of a taster about entrepreneurs. So I just wanted to, on video, have the opportunity to convey to you what EntrepreNurse is all about, what the philosophy is, what's behind it, and try and get you on board basically. So you probably know by now, but my name is Elizabeth Rimmer and I'm an advanced nurse practitioner and nurse prescriber. I've spent most of my nursing career working in general practice, and for the past 10 years I've had my own business in aesthetics. The most recent 5 of those years I've opened up a clinic where I see my clients, my customers, my patients, and also rent space to other practitioners that offer a range of what we call holistic health services here. So I get income from treating the aesthetics customers and income from renting out treatment room space to other practitioners. So I wanted, as I said, to have the opportunity to tell you about what EntrepreNurse can do for you. So in order to do that, I'm just going to briefly tell you how I came up with this as a concept, which is kind of two-pronged really. So firstly, during my time in aesthetics, I have been approached by lots of nurses asking me how to get into aesthetics, how to be successful in aesthetics, and saying that it's something that they're interested in. And I know that's not just me, I've spoken to lots of other of my peers in aesthetics and they say the same thing. And I got to thinking about this, and here's what I think. I think that many nurses get to a point in their career when maybe they're starting to feel maybe the beginning of burnout, maybe just a little bit jaded. And at this point, they start having a little look around to see, is there something else that I could do? And I think the thought of kind of starting from scratch, going to work in a completely different environment, working right up from the bottom rung, is a pretty miserable one. So then I think nurses start looking at what other nurses are doing outside the conventional nursing world. And I think what they see predominantly is aesthetics. And I think that's predominantly what the draw is. They think, oh, there's somebody like me doing something, I could do that. And of course there's nothing wrong with that. Aesthetics is a very competitive market now, but that's not to say that you can't set up a new business in aesthetics. If you look across the world of business in general, you know, just because there's lots of something doesn't mean there's no space for anything new. You know, get new restaurant chains opening up all the time, you get new hairdressing salons, new nail shops, you know, as long as you have your own unique selling point and USP, then there's room for everyone. However, there's a part of me that thinks, I think there's actually a lot of other things that nurses could do if they wanted to set up a business. A lot of skills that nurses perhaps aren't even aware that they have, because they're just skills that are kind of utilised on a day-to-day basis, and we're not even aware that we have them. And my theory on this was confirmed when I started doing a little bit of research, and I saw that over in the States, nurses are offering a wide range of business services. I mean, I'm talking loads of different types of businesses. And I know that we're very different, the countries are very different, the health services are very different, and the people are different. We look the same, we talk the same, but we're very, very different. However, I do think that nurses all over the world share a psychology, an attribute of, you know, the need, the desire to care, to make the world a better place. I think, you know, those are qualities that nurses have wherever they come from. So no different in the USA. So when I look over there, I think, you know, this has confirmed what I thought. Us nurses have got an awful lot of weaponry under our belts that we're not even necessarily aware of. So alongside that, as I'm starting to have these thoughts and starting to research them, I'm also a member of a kind of a business coaching group, if you like, online business coaching group that's for people in the aesthetics industry. So not just nurses, doctors, dentists, across the board, small businesses, and I'm starting to have a really good experience on there because there are people in a similar situation to me. We're sharing ideas, we're sharing experiences, we're being given education tools, we're being taught about selling, about marketing, we're talking, we're networking, and all of us within that group are blossoming. Our businesses are blossoming, we're doing better. And that's kind of what has started to give me the idea for EntrepreNurse, because when I looked around, I thought there's not really much out there for nurses who would like to get into business. There's not really anything at the moment to help any of us. And I think that nurses have what I call the Underdog Syndrome. Now, I speak about this in one of my podcasts in more depth, so have a listen to that and see what you think. And you might think this is a bit controversial. But I think we have got to a point where we are so used to not being heard, not being seen, that it has made us a bit kind of apathetic and a bit worn down. We're a bit browbeaten. And I think that is in part to play for our lack of ability to recognise our skills and experience. I also think that this is a kind of a culture, an attitude that has been cultivated. And what I mean by that is that we are the receivers of enormous lip service, probably the most lip service that's paid to any profession in this country. And that's all very nice, but it doesn't pay our bills, does it? Now, I know that some of you might not like what I'm going to say, but I'm going to say it anyway. Because I feel that as a profession, we have been cultured, schooled into submission, into accepting that we are special, we are a unique group, and that we do our role really in exchange for the fulfillment that we receive from it. And I don't think that's right. So I think when we start out and we're young and fresh-faced, we do want to save the world, and we do go into nursing knowing that it's not very well paid. Yes, we do. However, as we start to get older and life changes and we start to get married or we take on mortgages, we have children, our parents start to age, all of the normal kind of things that happen in life, we ultimately need to earn money to pay for all of those things. We ultimately, as we get older, take on more responsibility in our job roles. We become more experienced, we become better nurses. We do incredible jobs, we're always told that. But that doesn't help us pay for any of the things that we need to pay for. And I feel that this lip service, this gratitude, is almost like a tool that's used to hold us back and to beat us down and to shame us into not asking for more, shame us into not saying that we want more. Because by saying we want more, we break this beautiful picture that the general public has of us, that our families have of us, that other nurses have of us. But you know, this is 2020, and my belief is that if we want our children and our grandchildren to enter into the nursing profession, then it's time we made nursing fit for this era, this decade, because otherwise, who's going to want to be a nurse? So, yes, I really want to help people to start up their own businesses, if that's what they want to do. And EntrepreNurse will help you toy with ideas, come up with an idea, research it, build a feasible business plan around it. It will allow you to network with similar-minded, proactive, creative, positive nurses around you that are in a similar state of mind. It will provide you with educational tools to be able to work on business plans, business ideas, businesses that you already have. It will introduce you to a panel of professionals from different services that are needed in the world of business. But also, in addition, I would like to think that even if you're not in that mindset where you are thinking about business, my hope is that EntrepreNurse will help stimulate positive discussion, positive action, promote our confidence, promote our profession as something to be taken much more seriously by us and by the general public, and will hopefully tackle some of the weird nuances that are around in some of the laws and regulations that we have at the moment around nursing, and just generally be a really positive environment for nurses to get engaged and involved in. A special community within the special community. So that's what EntrepreNurse has to offer, and I'm hoping that some of that sounds appealing to you. If you like the sound of it, then obviously make sure you stick around. On the group, it would be great if you can comment, post, ask questions. The more you contribute, the more you'll get out of it. And let's get ourselves through the misery of COVID-19. In the meantime, just working on quietly on our social interaction and our support for each other, so that when better times come, we're ready to take this project on and move upwards with it. So thank you again for watching and listening. If you are looking for something to help with your positivity during, again, this difficult time, check out my podcast. It's called EntrepreNurse. Love you to have a listen. leave me some feedback on that, and yeah, get engaged on the group. Okay, thanks a lot. Signing off.